Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to episode 25 of First Star, our quest to win the Champions League with Arsenal. And since last episode, just the one game against Sheffield United. Now, we made hard work of what should have been a relatively easy win for us. You can see there, dominated possession. They were very direct on their attacks, and they had quite a few shots on goal, just as many as we did, in fact. But in the end, Pellegrini and Olsen in the stoppage time just sort of let me relax a little bit. We got a 2-0 win, which we deserved, don't get me wrong, but we made hard work of it. Now, this episode is a slight change to what we were expecting because we have Manchester United, but then it's Swansea at Wembley in the FA Cup semi-final because the Chelsea game, which we were supposed to play, has been moved down towards the end of the year. I just want to draw everyone's attention to April. I count 9 games in April, and that's assuming that we don't get through the Champions League, in which case it will go up to at least 10, maybe 11. That is a ridiculous schedule for a single month, and it's going to take a lot of squad rotation and I don't know how we're going to do this without injuries, but basically what we're going to do is anybody, and I'm going to break my own rule here because we're playing Manchester United, but anybody who has the heavy match load, the high risk of injury, we're not going to play. We're going to have to try and keep people fit and fresh as much as we can. So, yeah, it's going to be a month of squad rotation, so it's going to be difficult. But that said, let's go and see what we're sending out against Manchester United. This is actually what we should do before we do this, is have a look at the league table. You can see we are 2 points clear of Liverpool. We've guaranteed ourselves Europa League football. But we've had a game in hand as well, so potentially that's 5 points clear. It's a 2-horse race. We're going to be in the Champions League next year. We're almost to the point where we can secure that. Because the season's rounding down. We're only got 11 games to go here. We've got 9 games to go here. 9 games to go, right? 38 games. 9 games to go. So, we're in the Champions League again next year, just in case we don't win it this year. So it's important that we try and win where we can. But that said, our first goal is to make sure we're in the Champions League next year. So, we should achieve at least that. This is the team we're sending out anyway. It's Leno in goal. It's Tierney, Mustafi, Socrates, and Semedo as a back four. Torreira and Milinkovic-Savic in midfield. It's Mkhitaryan who needs a rest, but we're playing him just because... actually, you know why we're playing him is because Ozil has picked up an injury. So he's out for 2... he's back soon, actually. It was 2 weeks when it happened. So he's back soon. So we don't really have another option in there. So he's playing along with Marin on the left. Aubameyang up top. Enough blabbering around. Let's get to this game. Looking a little bit defensive there, Manchester United, aren't they? So we can see it's the good old Mourinho tactic there. Now, I should say, if you find yourself enjoying this video at any point, please do hit like. And if you are new, just discovering the channel, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you see when I upload new videos. Norbert says, send the boys out with a clear mind. I'm going to say, can we do the media thing? Let's do the media thing. Can't we have faith? And yeah, it's not our strongest team, but it's arguably our fittest team. But this is kind of, as I said, this schedule in April is absolutely ridiculous. So we've just got to do what we can here to try and just eke out results. This is a tough game. The only reason that we're not going sort of full strength in this and resting players against Swansea is simply because Swansea is the FA Cup semi-final. We should be able to get a result against them even if we don't play our strongest team, but I want to put out a relatively strong team for that. Now let's see what we can do here. Marin's on the ball. Bergkamp has picked up a little bit of a knock. He should be fit for Swansea, but Houlihan is on the bench for this one. We'll try and bring him on second half if we can. There's a decent ball in for Marin! Oh! Antonio Marin is really starting to blossom into a good player here for us. Defend a set piece here. Can we get that away? It's off the bar. A little bit of luck there. Ball comes back in and Torreira kind of completes the clearance. I dare say the highlight's going to continue here. And they've gone back. True Mourinho style, and that is now the end of the highlight. Now they are dominating possession here, which is not ideal. We are sitting a little bit deeper. They do want to play direct. So we're just kind of try and deny them that, and then play wide and attack them with width down the flanks and see what we can do there. That's the plan. Will it work? Time will tell. We're coming back into this game now, aren't we? We're back on top. Let's try and demand more here, see if we can push on for this goal. Don't like that Milinkovic-Savic is on a booking. Liverpool is beating Chelsea. I thought Chelsea might be able to do us a favour. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Again, in the context of the season, a draw here possibly isn't the worst because we do have that game in hand on Liverpool. So we would still be in front, assuming we win our game in hand. So 3-1 now, Liverpool up. It really is just a 2. I'm going to say we're not pleased with that. We didn't really create anything, did we? We'll tell the guys on bookings to watch their step. And we'll get back out there. I'm a little bit worried Mkhitaryan's not having his best game because he is tired, right? So that could influence that. I did have a look, and we could play Milinkovic-Savic up there and then bring Ramsey on to play in midfield. So I do have sort of half an eye on that as a potential option. We'll see if Mkhitaryan doesn't improve. He has played a lot, and not having Ozil has not helped that either. I think he's motivated, but I think we might make that change. Where are we here? Ramsey. As I said, I did have half an eye on that going into it. Ramsey can play box to box. Actually, you know what? We'll play him as a deep lying playmaker, and I'll switch that around. We'll play Torreira box to box. He should be able to do that, shouldn't he? Ramsey's he's a much better player as a deep lying playmaker than he is as anything else. So that's why we'll make that. That's why we're changing that as we are. I don't want to say show some passion because we're definitely showing passion. We're looking motivated. We're fired up. And are we about to go behind? Come on, they've changed to a shorter passing style. Okay, so we need to adjust our tactics accordingly. Are we going to get caught out here in between the change of styles though? Oh, I hope not. Come on, let's get in front of that Herrera. It's easy for the keeper. Alright, so let's make this change now. 2 can play this game, Mourinho. 2 can play this game. There we go. And hopefully now we will prevent them from doing their shorter game and maybe be able to catch them out up the field and get a goal ourselves. Alright, we've been very, very quiet though, haven't we? It hasn't been a classic from our point of view of attacking football. I don't think we've even seen a Aubameyang touch the ball yet. Kieran Tierney, bit of a run, oh, he's done brilliantly there. Go on, Kieran Tierney. He dinked it over, back post, Olsen's there. Can he square it? It's towards goal! Oh, off the line by one of their defenders. I don't know who it was. Do we go more attacking? I'm a little bit hesitant to do that. Now, as I said, we haven't seen anything from Aubameyang here whatsoever. I'm going to try Pellegrini, and I'm going to try him... No, I was going to say I'll try him as a target man, but we won't. We'll try him as an advanced forward and just see his extra height in there. We might be able to get something out of him from that point of view. Let's try. Tell him to push forward. I don't want to go attacking because the point here isn't horrible, but it's not been a great game, has it? You know who can make the difference here for us? Final sub, Thomas Houlihan. We'll bring him on for Olsen. See what he can do. Do we go for it? Oh, I'm really hesitant to do this. Alright, it's stoppage time. Let's just be brave. Let's be brave. Let's get creative. And let's see if we can do anything. It hasn't been a classic, has it? It's really not. Are we going... this is the last kick of the game. It's the last kick of the game. Can we get a foot in? He's gone backwards. Surely this is it. Blow it up, ref. Put us all out of our misery. That has been a snore fest, hasn't it? Mourinho has well and truly ruined that game. He'll be ecstatic. He will be just strutting around that he has ruined everybody's day. I'm going to say that wasn't good enough, to be fair. But we've definitely been Mourinho'd there. Hi, I'm Charlie Braithwaite outside the Emirates Stadium here in London for Aussie Villain Fan TV, looking for the fans' reaction to a boring 0-0 draw between the home team and Manchester United. Let's see what they have to say. The great Arsene Wenger, yeah? He moved the Arsenal past that sort of performance, yeah? That was back to the dark old days, yeah? We know how Jose wants to play, and we've not done nothing about it. It's boring Arsenal all over again. Right. I ain't need a fucking season ticket. I needed a fucking pillow. That was fucking boring. Boring. So there we go, joint top now, temporarily off the top. Look at that Liverpool goal difference. That is insane. I mean, we score lots of goals, but that is ridiculous. 61. Anyway, we've got that game in hand, so that shouldn't be a problem. We just need to make sure we're winning games in hand. Again, the problem is that we have so many games. I do think we are going to drop points here and there just from sheer number of games. But guys, wait right there. We will be back for the FA Cup semi-final. We're off to Wembley. Okay, welcome back. We are off to Wembley and we are facing Swansea in the FA Cup semi-final. You can see we are heavy favourites. But yeah, always wary of being heavy favourites. Let's see the team we're sending out. It's a bit of a mishmash squad. We do have Paris coming up in like 2 or 3 days game time. So I'm trying to make sure anybody that we need for that game is not playing, basically. So it's Butland in goal, Mings, Holding, Koscielny and Bellerin as a back four, Guendouzi and Xhaka in midfield, Olsen, Nelson and Smith Rowe in behind Lacazette. We haven't seen him for a while. He's desperate to play and we're desperate for him to score. Bergkamp and Houlihan are both on the bench, so we'll try and give them Wembley debuts here if we can. We can see they're sitting back. They're not really looking for it. They just want to keep it close, don't they? And that is the sort of thing that makes me nervous. Alright, it's a big game. We've got to ignore that, go out and play a natural game. I think that's what we need to tell them. A little bit of passion, perhaps. We have faith. And let's see what we can do here. It's an experimental team. Hopefully, the experiment will pay off. And here we go. I haven't been to Wembley for a little while, of course, not since last year's FA Cup final, which I think we won. I think we won the FA. We did, didn't we? I'm sure we did. But yeah, let's see what we can do here. Mings at left back, not ideal, but both Kolasinac and Tierney. Tierney could probably play, but I want him fresh for Paris. And Kolasinac, I get those two mixed up all the time. Kolasinac is, he has a reoccurring hamstring injury, I think it is. So he's in that sort of danger zone, so we just need to be a little bit careful with him. Otherwise, yeah, it's sort of Tierney or Mings on a more permanent basis. Alright, Nelson, I'm really hoping he can put in a performance here for us. He doesn't do too well, usually in behind the striker. This is looking good, though. Bellerin cross to the back post. It's there for Smith. Throw away, and it's still there for us. Can someone tap it in? We can't. Oh, come on, it's still there. And blocked. Are we going to get a corner out of this? It looks like not. That was a promising start, though. Now we do have a corner. Can we get a nice big head on the end of this? Come on, it's there. It's headed away, though. Xhaka, he gets it back to Nelson. Back to Xhaka. Have we got anybody on the edge of the area here? Xhaka, maybe go yourself, mate. Maybe go yourself. It's still there for him. Third time's a charm. It has a goal! Oh, Granit Xhaka! That is the opening goal of the FA Cup semi-final. 4 minutes in. And that was a nice effort from Granit Xhaka, wasn't it? That's what we have him in the team to do. Well, not that. Usually he's there also to direct play and just give the ball to Milinkovic-Savic. But every now and again he pops up with a goal like this. That was a decent effort that was headed away. And this one, though, there was a gap between the defenders. Goalkeeper did not have a chance. That's his second goal of the year, and they've both been a little bit special from the edge. That wasn't that special, but it was a little bit special from the edge of the area. I was telling them to get creative. Let's keep this going. A couple of early goals here. Just settles the nerves, doesn't it? We can then look to... Granit Xhaka's a little bit tired. We don't really have anybody on the bench. Torreira's on the bench. We have someone on the bench, but I only want to use him in an absolute emergency because we need him as fit as he can be, ready for Paris. And then, of course, be on Monday. What a start to the week that's going to be. But yeah, let's not worry about Monday. Let's worry about getting our weekend off to a good start here. All right, Nelson. I'm playing him as an attacking midfielder, not as an advanced playmaker. So I'm hoping that might free him up a little bit. He can just sort of run at the defence and shoot. Who is he doing right here? Go on, right on cue. Reiss Nelson. Oh, he's just laid it back for Guendouzi. Back for Reiss Nelson. In for Lacazette. Hey! There we go. That's 2-0. And warm up, Bergkamp. Warm up, Houlihan, because I think you're coming on. We should probably wait till half-time, just so we don't piss off anybody that's on the field right now. But Lacazette, it's only his 6th goal of the year. Pellegrini's been in such good form, and we've sort of stuck to this formation's been working for us. We haven't gone with the 2 up top. So Lacazette really hasn't played anywhere near as much as I thought he was going to at the start of the season. Even for this game, I was very tempted to go to the 2 up top, so the 5-3-2, but it would have meant playing. It would have needed an extra midfielder, and I mean, as it is, Granit Xhaka is sort of in that high risk injury zone as well. But of course, we're not planning on using him against Paris. I thought that's a horrible mistake from the keeper. Guendouzi, it's essentially a tap in, and the keeper has just about rescued himself from a horrible mistake there. Another corner though. Can we make it 3? headed away. Leroy Fur is there, and it's another corner. Loads and loads of pressure, isn't it? We are piling it on Swansea here. A third goal, and there'd be serious questions if we didn't go through to the final, wouldn't there? Can we get that away? Oh, away. Can we put it in? They get it away. Is that Patrick Roberts, I wonder? Hero from our Aston Villa team of Football Manager 2018, of course. They're on a bit of a run here. Mings has done really, really well. Well done, Tyrone Mings. I know he's not typically an Arsenal player, but I really do like him. Reece Nelson, that's a cracking ball for Lacazette. Can he double his tally? He can't. It's there. Oh, he's missed the sitter. Oh, Lacazette. That should have been the third goal. Let's try demanding more here. Just a little bit of concern there that we're slacking off. I could have gone with the praise as well. That probably would have been a fairer shout, wouldn't it? But we're not about being fair, we're about winning. Should be us into half-time. It's going to have to be a don't get complacent, I think. All their players coming through the middle, isn't it? We could almost defend. Oh, we took us off wide defending to sort of standard. We could almost just go to narrow defending, though, because everything they are doing is coming through the middle. I'm going to say assertively don't get complacent. We should be able to deal with stressed out players. That shouldn't be a problem. Who else is stressed out there? Reece Nelson. He's actually done okay, hasn't he? I think we will need to look at learning a lesson from this and playing him as an attacking midfielder rather than as an advanced playmaker if we're playing him in behind the striker. Nobody's on a booking, so that's positive. There's more to come from you. And let's get back out there. Now, Rob Holding he's complaining about first team football. You may have noticed that on one of the screens. I'm playing him. I don't really want to lose him, but to be honest, he's not a first choice player for us. So it might be a case of in the summer perhaps looking to cash in on him. But we'll wait and see on that one. We have that Isaac, that young Spanish kid that we bought, who's very, very promising indeed. We're going to make these changes now. We're going to bring Houlihan on for Olsen. We're going to bring Bergkamp on for Lacazette. They've got half an hour. Can they get on the score sheet? Let's see. We'll praise them now. I think we are playing well enough for a praise. Can one of our kids get a Wembley goal? That would be just insane, wouldn't it? There's no other changes I really want to make, if I'm honest. Aubameyang, Semedo, and Torreira we want to keep fresh. And Kolasinac, again, he's in that red zone for injury, so we want to try and keep him uninjured if possible. Corner comes in, it's headed away. No one on the edge of the area. Oh, are we going to get caught out here? We've only got... Oh, no, we do have two men back. There should have been a third man back there if they had two men. There's supposed to be always an extra man back, but obviously not given. That's a decent ball to the back post and blasted over from Andre Ayew. Let's give him some more praise. Let's go attacking. Come on, let's try and get one of our kids a Wembley goal. It just hasn't really happened, has it? The second half, it sometimes happens when you say don't get complacent that they sort of just shut down and forget how to attack. But we're into the final, guys. That is definitely worth celebrating. That's another game, but that's the end of the year, so that shouldn't worry us too much. We've dominated that game. Perhaps Andre Ayew could have made it a little bit nervous for us at the end there. Bit of passion. Congratulations, boys. You're in the final, and on we go. Hammer, I think, is a little bit harsh on Swansea. We certainly outplayed them. I don't think we hammered them, though. 900k in the bank for getting to Wembley. Xhaka's on form. Deschamps is looking at a few of our players for the French squad. We've qualified for the Champions League by playing in the FA Cup. That's interesting. Must have been some league fixtures. And there's our budget. 125 million to spend over the summer. That's exciting, isn't it? That's exciting. We'll do the press conference afterwards. Let's have a quick look at the league table. Liverpool didn't play, or did they play? No, they didn't play. So that doesn't really affect us. And that is it for this episode, guys. Just goals of the month to come, and there's been some cracking goals in March, so stick around for that. We'll be back on Monday, as I said. It's the Paris doubleheader. It's the Champions League quarterfinal. This is, without a doubt, our biggest test yet. We've come through a tough group. We've come through Napoli, who gave us a bit of a test, didn't they? But Paris is just different level. This is actually a team that could knock us out and go on and win the whole thing themselves. So that is definitely worth coming back for on Monday. If you have enjoyed that, guys, please do hit thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe, ring the bell so you can upload new episodes. But until Monday and the Champions League quarterfinal, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching, and here are our goals of the month for March. Take care.
Closed in meditation. Father's voice now, boy, be kind. Steps up to the bird.